Hello everyone, it's Inque here. We're playing Battlefleet Gothic. So, I got sick of Eldar. Too many losses, just too fiddly, and while I imagine it was mildly entertaining watching me flail and lose and try to manage everything, I imagine it'll probably get dull after a while. So we're gonna do something different. I'm gonna load up the Tau. Now, Tau. What do Tau do? Tau are glass cannons, not in the same way as Eldar. Eldar, if you see them and sneeze at them, they die. Tau have very specific weaknesses. They're not particularly good at brawling. They're pretty vulnerable to critical hits. Their escorts are trash. And they are very dependent upon being able to see the enemy. But on the upside, they have a lot of guns. Like, a lot of guns. So, let's go through the basics. We have, right here, the Emissary Borkan. So this has gravitic launchers. These are torpedoes. They are guided torpedoes, is the thing. They have limited range, but they can turn. The main difference between these and Space Marine boarding torpedoes, which can also kind of home in on things, is that gravitic launchers need a target. You need to have identified something, and then they will try and home in on it. Here's the other thing about the Tau. These gravitic hooks. These give you cheap escorts. Like, you're guaranteed to get a few escorts in the battle. And overall, this Emissary Borkan, 175 points, is going to be, the overall effectiveness of this and 2 escorts is going to be greater than of a light cruiser and 2 escorts from most races. But you're still having to pay for 2 escorts. And then we have twin heavy railguns, which are the basic weapons batteries, if you will. You can see here, 9,000 range, and it can fire on the front 180 degrees. No broadsiding for these guys. They have a few ships which are about broadsiding, but those are mostly specialized vessels. For the most part, Tau want to be facing you. The Emissary Daleth, again, gravitic hooks. This has ordnance bays. Tau fighters and bombers are pretty good. And we have a bunch of twin heavy railgun batteries. As you can see here, these are basically identical. This has torpedoes and this has hangars. But 8 forward firing cannons, 9,000 range, pretty decent overall. Then we have the Sakea, which is the one which doesn't have the gravitic hooks. It has gravitic launchers, it has 6 twin heavy railguns, and it has 2 ion cannons, which have slightly less range to them. So, just because I don't like escorts as a rule, what we're going to do is we're going to load up on Sakeas. We're going to get 2 Sakeas. And then, because it's generally good to focus on something, I'm going to go for a... See, do I want Borkan or Daleth? This gives me even more torpedoes to throw at people. This gives me all of the backup of launch bays. But I mean, in a way, it's a moot point because the first few battles, I'm only going to get 250 points, so I'm only going to get either this and even more escorts, or 2 Sakeas. So, you know what, I'm actually just going to load up on triple Sakeas. Because, as I've stated before, I'm not a big fan of escorts. Now, this does mean we're going to need a bunch of intelligence stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and grab auger probes for all 3. There we go. And that's our basic Tau fleet setup. Aside from septs. There we go. Farsight Enclave. Because they're the cool ones. Alright, and that's our basic fleet, so let's see how it feels and take it for a spin. Alrighty, so Cruiser Clash, and we're up against Chaos. And what is the setup? 287 points. Funny enough, I could have actually afforded to get one of the higher level Tau ships, but one of the more expensive light cruisers rather. Let's go ahead and drop in our 2 Sakeyas. Now the question is, do we want to get the Messenger or the Castellan? And I'm actually going to go for twin Messengers, because Messengers have some fun tricks related to point defense. They are pretty terrible warships, but they do have some interesting abilities that they to support the fleet. So let's go ahead and drop in and see what we get out of this. Okie dokie. Oh, he's a polite one. That's always nice. Alrighty, so 297 points. That means we're likely to be facing a full-on cruiser. Okay. I must admit I don't fully remember what the exact things that let's set these guys to forward firing. And they're already set on that. Good, good. But they'll be useful to have around anyway. So I'm guessing. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be actually. 3 ships. It's an interesting setup. Okay, so what do we want to do? This is a special thing about the Tau. You can pick one of 2 fleet doctrines. So Carrion makes us more accurate at long range, and Montcar is better crits, and it makes us better at boarding. We're up against Chaos, so I'm going to go with Montcar.
Montcar, the killing blow brings the enemy's
Lovely.
end. Cor-El ready.
Alrighty. Here we go.
At your orders,
Let's drop an auger probe. Oh, and we need to get that up and running as well.
We serve the Kovatra.
So you can see these little drones popping around here. That's the messenger effect in action. Like I said, I believe is a point defense boost, but I will look that up and actually check that at some point.
How may I serve the Tauva?
Okay, so he's moving to get into that gas field, which is a little frustrating. I don't have many good answers for that. This is one reason to have the stationary probe as opposed to the moving one. Yeah, we completely missed there. But it looks like he just wanted to get out of range. There we go, so we are fully locked in.
Ready for orders.
Okay, and we're actually going to hold off on firing our second auger probe because I want them to move forward a bit. So they have less opportunity to just blitz through here. Chaos ships are maneuverable, but they're not that maneuverable. Okay, let's go again. This isn't like Eldar, where in a situation like this I'll be trying to dance around, not get too close, wait for the opportune moment. No, I just want to get some early shots in.
At your orders, Coral.
Okay, so that is yep, a slaughter class cruiser. Okay then.
Pure tide engrams online.
That's exciting.
How may I serve the town? Honor the teachings of the to optimal combat speed.
Okay, let's get... Oh, these guys can't board at all. I forgot that particular detail. Let's do another high energy turn, get you swung around. And keep firing.
How may I serve the Tauva?
Gothic launchers out. Okay, brace for impact. And you are going to go lock on. I want you to destroy enemy weapon systems. Fire. This is the problem with going for this sort of cruiser build in this sort of match. I would personally always go double light cruisers, because cruisers are nice, but they don't have that much more firepower. Especially when you've got... oh, hell.
For Anva it will be so. The Tauva shall prosper.
Okay, and gravitic launchers out.
Drones have identified an enemy target. We serve the Kovatra.
There we go, hull breach.
At your orders, the ethereals guide us.
And we didn't, but we barely used these guys actually, so
How may I serve the tower?
okay, there goes the cruiser. Here we go. This is the thing about the tower, they have a lot of firepower. And you really need to leverage your resilience to be able to beat them.
Gravitic drive engaged.
GG. Just going into them head on, you either need to be orcs. Orcs, I think, could probably get away with it. Or you need to be able to match them ship for ship. Like orcs are really good at that because they have really cheap cruisers. So yeah, that was pretty successful. A lot more successful than our Eldar games. Not that that's hard. That gets us a couple of levels and puts us halfway towards our level 2 fleet and our first cruiser. And Tau cruisers are horrifying, so I'm looking forward to that. Alrighty. Plenty of renown to play with. I'm not having to spend any on repairs, so we can go ahead and get our basic upgrades, and then go for another spin. Alright, so this really is a no-brainer. Or is it? Now I think about it. Let's just check the crits on these. These have a crit rating of 1%. It's better on the gravitic launchers, but these don't actually affect the gravitic launchers. So even if we max out the marker drones here, that's only going to get these up to a crit rating of 2%. Which is, I mean, we're getting a lot of shots off, so it builds up, but I'm just wondering if that's worth it, if there isn't a better option to go for. Reduce cooldown on skills, efficiency of emergency repairs. I mean, I think marker drones might still actually be the best bet. So we were getting a few crits there, and yeah, I mean, whatever works. Okay, so options. Could get beam concentrator, that increases all of our weapons up to a range of 9 kilometers. Seeker missiles. And this is an interesting one. The Tau have a lot of interesting upgrades, and this is probably one of the most unusual. Deals 1 damage every 3 seconds per defensive turret to enemy ships in the defensive turret's range. Defensive turret range is pretty short normally, but let's take a quick look at that. This has 9 turrets, so that's 9 DPS when you're close enough assuming that it hasn't taken enough damage to start losing turrets. Now, compare that to the damage output which you're getting from the railguns. That's 2 shots for 8 damage every 8 seconds. 1 DPS each, effectively. 6 DPS from the main guns. Now if you start combining in stuff like... here we go, marker lights. Defensive turret range is increased to 3,000 meters. Suddenly Tau can do some interesting things if you try to get too close to them. Belt alloy, troop value, more defensive turrets, special orders, improved detection range, better shields, quicker reload speed, no shield, no asteroid damage. Deflect bonus is also applied to the front shield of the ship. Critical limit on the power cancel this bonus. Yeah, this is a thing about Tau which I didn't actually mention. Tau maneuvers, faith and Tava. Deflectors. Front armor is considered to be 75% unless they take a prow critical. So they're surprisingly tough from the front. You want to be able to get up close and off their forward side. That's the way you beat Tau. Special maneuvers, quicker rotation. I think I'm going to go for belt armor. It's boring in a lot of ways, but it's hard to say that it's not useful. So let's go ahead and grab the marker drones there as well. And let's see what happens next. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can get our Tau to rank 2. Oh, and we're up against the same guy. So let's see if he has learned a few tricks. Let's go ahead and grab the... Okay, we're not going to go for the same loadout, actually. I'm going to get myself a Castellan, which gives us some additional torpedoes, and their main guns are not terrible. Alrighty. Spin the camera. Alrighty, here we go. Do. Kind of late. Alright, well, that seemed to work pretty well, so let's go ahead and
the killing blow brings the enemy's
load
end.
in.
How may I serve the tower?
At your orders, Koro.
Okay, what's... You have a range of 9,000 meters. You do not need to be that close. Okay, so they have 2 ships this time, and that screams to me of double light cruisers. So
ready.
I am not going to waste my auger probes at this range. Let's just move in and see what we can do.
As the ethereals wish.
Now, Chaos light cruisers don't have a huge amount of firepower, but they are pretty nippy, and they are good at kiting. Depending on whether they're running lances or launch bays, this could be a very different fight. If he's running lances, then his best option is to try and get up close. Where is it now I think about it? I mean, lances always hit, so he's actually better off staying at long range and taking advantage of my weaker long-range firepower. I have a lot of long-range guns, but so does he, and his are gonna arguably be better.
The ethereals guide us.
he's got more lances, and they are more powerful than
How
mine.
may I serve the Tauba?
Okay, what do we got? Yep. That
Drones have
is
identified an enemy target.
lance batteries. Yep, figures.
Corel, ready. To spread the greater
Okay,
good.
so what's he doing? Oh, he has dropped a
Disengaging
stasis
Purotide
bomb.
command link.
Drones have identified an enemy target.
Okay. Let's lock the
Purotide
weapon, lock on the
engrams
weapons
online.
for that as well.
Aircast ready for orders.
We've got a lot of tactical
Strike
coach
the
status
killing
going
blow.
here.
Disengaging Purotide command link.
So this isn't an ideal spot to be, but
At
the...
your orders, Koro.
Let's see.
Purotide engrams
We're gonna go
online.
ahead and...
Blast doors sealed.
Maneuvering thrusters engaged.
Purotide engrams online.
Okay.
To spread the greater good.
Wow.
How may I
This is a
serve the
lot of stuff going on. Okay.
Purotide engrams online.
Here we go.
Corel, ready.
So you're taking some damage, you're not. So we're going to start lock-on procedures for you.
How may I serve the
Gravitic
Tauba?
launchers are coming in. Got a few hits. Ooh, hull breach, nice. Okay,
Aircast ready for orders.
Purotide engrams
he
online.
is doing a jump. Okay, I see. So he's trying to draw
At your
fire,
orders, Koro.
making me switch targets around, taking advantage of my slow speed. Going to
We serve the
start
combat
repairs
fire.
on there. That's not going to work, because he's going to go into the nebula. So we're going to have to go there.
Aircast ready for orders.
You have taken a lot of punishment.
At your orders, Koro.
Okay, let's
As the ethereals wish.
move our escort up here, scout this guy,
Honor the teachings of the
drop an
Eldar.
auger probe that way, make him regret trying this game.
How may I serve the tower? Drones have identified an enemy target.
You are still visible, my friend.
Aircast ready for
Yep.
orders.
Oh, wow. Nice,
For Eldar
not good
it
enough.
will be so.
but nice try. This is why I have double auger probes.
Drones have identified an enemy target. Honor the teachings of the Order. Corel, ready.
Okay, this is going to be a bit of a long shot, but I'll fire my gravitic launchers. Hopefully they can curve around enough.
At your
Don't want to
orders,
get too
Koro.
close to that minefield.
Gravitic drive engaged.
Insubordinate
serve the
captain,
combat.
mutiny. I would not have done that.
Corel, ready.
Oh boy. Taking fire again.
Blast doors sealed.
Go ahead and
Kor-El ready.
I'm actually going to tell you to engage at closer range and fire your gravitic launchers. And
At your orders.
okay, I've taken down one of them. This guy is
Time for a
yeah, that
tactical
guy's died.
retreat.
So you can see this was a much closer fight.
One of ours has been lost.
Tau light cruisers are very powerful though. The Sakea variant particularly. Not super convinced by the others. But let's get in and
We serve the combat.
okay.
The
He's trying to go
ethereals
into the
guide
nebula
us.
to lose lock. Let's
Gravitic drive to maximum. For
Zoom
Eldar
in.
it will be so.
Drones have identified an enemy
and we're going to use
target.
lock on.
Targeting sensors lock on. Honor the teachings
Nice.
of
We lost the
the
belt armor. gravitic launchers out.
Pure-tide engrams
The
online.
question is... This is the guy with the warp jump.
Pure tide and
Gravitic launchers. Good hits, good hits.
To spread the greater good.
He has boarded me.
Disengaging pure tide from my
Boarding success, engines destroyed, nice. Okay, swing around, swing around.
Aircast ready for orders.
As
Port
the Imperial
guns,
wish.
working nicely. Gravitic launchers firing.
Honor the teachings of Viola.
core.
I'm gonna lock on with you as well. Railguns are not bad.
How may
Heavy
I serve
damage
thou?
and on fire. Yeah, he's done. Nice. Okay. GG. Alrighty. Not bad, not bad. So we will get our cruiser together. Show you what kind of insanity that offers, and then let us go back to our Imperial Navy game, where we just took a significant blow thanks to a surprisingly dangerous Orc fleet. Lovely. So, no XP for this guy, unfortunately. But you can see that there was a much closer match. I think that if he had been running launch bays, then I could have been in trouble there. Because if he had essentially played a Eldar game, then I would not have been able to keep up with him because Tau ships are slow. He could have just looped running silent around my auger probes and just worn me down that way. But yeah, he did a lot better. I took a lot more damage. Numbers matter in this game. I have, in fact, in a ranked match, taken down an enemy battleship using 2 cruisers. Just coming in, bracketing it with fire. Of course, those were my specialized mauling slaughter cruisers, but even so. So, we have the Tolku and the Viola. They are effectively identical except for one minor difference. Well, let's take a look at exactly what they bring to the table. Gravitic launchers, 5 torpedoes. Ordnance launch bay, 2 of them. 8 heavy railguns. 2 ion cannon batteries. 2 prow twin heavy railguns, or 2 prow heavy railguns. The difference essentially being that the prow heavy railgun has 1 attack, which is twice as strong, and this has 2 attacks, which are... Actually no, that's 2 attacks which have a damage of 12. Main difference being that this one has a higher crit chance, so you're going to get more bang for your buck from crit upgrades. But this is going to have more damage overall, and more chances of hitting, so... I don't know, it seems like a slightly weird split to me. Perhaps someone out there has done some actual analysis of which one of these is better, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Tolku, because I'm always of the opinion that more shots is better. So, here we go, 1 Tolku cruiser. 167 points. These are expensive. These are some of the most expensive cruisers in the game. But, they're worth it. So let's look at some skills. What do we want to get? Well, obviously, we do want to get some form of recon. What's our second one going to be? We can do some maneuvering stuff, but we're Tau. What do we care about maneuvering? Void shield transfer. There's not many ships we're going to want to actually give shields away to, because this is going to be the center line of our fleet for a little while. Supercharged void shield. You can't hurt me for 10 seconds. Nice, unquestionably nice, but there are other options too. Emergency capacitor, I'm not super convinced by. It's okay. Disruption bomb. Take out shields. Plasma bomb. Do a bit of damage. Interestingly enough, the plasma bomb can actually... let me just check the stats here. Yeah, the heavier basic escorts have 200 hull, and escort ships take double damage from area attacks. So plasma bomb can, in theory, kill an escort ship with one hit. Something to bear in mind. That's the wrong thing. Auger disruptor, fun, but not really our playstyle. Gravity wave projector. Pushes ships back away from the vessel. Interesting, I've never actually used this one. I can't think of many circumstances where that would be terribly useful though, because there's two kind of obvious options here. Repair drones. Yes, Tau not only get a second heal apart from emergency repairs, it's an area of effect one. This is a no-brainer. So, we are getting repair drones, and we are going to go with another auger probe. This does technically give us a few weaknesses, like there are ways you can work around auger probes, which you can't use against recon beacons, but I think the auger probe will still give us more benefits in the long run. So that is our new toy, which we will be having fun with next time. But for the moment, we have some Imperials to check on. Okie dokie, so we have a breakthrough mission. So let's see what we can do with this. If you remember, as I said before, I lost my cruiser, and getting that fully operational again would cost me 50 renown, which I honestly can't really spare at the moment. What I did do is get some upgrades for my escorts. Specifically, let's see, let's get one, and let's get our torpedo boat. The sword, which has double macro turrets, and I gave it armor-piercing ammunition. So the idea here is we get a wolf pack of 2 swords, which will hunt down and brutally murder
Admiral
things.
Spire, the Imperial Navy has set up a blockade around the Purgatory system in order to trap the Chaos Fleet and recover the relic. Some additional defense platforms have been deployed in the region to reinforce the blockade.
Admiral, the defense platform has been fitted with warp inhibitors, which can disable the warping capacity of the enemy ships.
Every Chaos vessel must be destroyed before it can reach the edge of the system and escape.
Alrighty. Let's see how this looks. So first of all, we need to make sure that these guys are facing forwards, and that they have a 3-kilometer engagement range. Alrighty. So this has our torpedoes and our auger probe. Alrighty, let's give this a go. Okay, we've briefly saw 4 ships there. That's a little worrying. Means we're going to have to account for unexpected problems, essentially. Well, let's move out.
Your orders.
I didn't actually hotkey these guys, that was dumb.
Course plotted.
Let's alter course. Torpedoes away. Okay, they have a Hellbringer light cruiser.
Ship ready.
I know I'm walking straight through the... walking straight through the thing here, but okay, here we go. So, other ships have shown up.
Setting course. Target locked in.
Orders received.
Admiral Spire, the defense platforms are under attack. We need your fleet's protection to stop the Chaos Fleet from breaking through.
Awaiting orders.
Torpedo volley.
Underway. Awaiting orders.
Okay, so that is another escort.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
We are actually going to trigger the supercharged void shields.
At your command.
All ahead full. Orders received.
Okay, one iconoclast down. You just keep
Your
firing.
orders. Cruising speed set.
Okay, lock weapons.
Changing course.
Just a
Setting
little
course.
slower. Okay,
Burn retros.
melted torpedoes.
Course plotted.
Oh yeah. Didn't like that, did you?
Understood.
Okay, other iconoclast is down. Boarding success. He is seriously on fire. Generators up and destroyed.
At your command.
Okay, you need to engage this
Engines
other guy.
hot.
Your orders.
Yep, target
Course plotted.
engines.
Your orders.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
Setting course.
He's trying to use bombers against this thing, but I think the presence of these swords is actually, with their additional turrets, is really messing with him. Okay, he's
Ship
warping
ready.
out, which I thought he wasn't able to do, but okay, whatever.
Understood. Awaiting orders.
Now,
Cruising speed set.
Setting course.
alrighty. Which means
Yes,
this guy, who was playing silly buggers and
Orders
thought he wouldn't have to
received.
do anything, is actually going to have to do
Awaiting
something.
orders.
For the Emperor.
Torpedo salvo. He has lancers, we know that much. Just be
At
a
your
little
command.
careful. Okay, it's another Hellbringer. Not
Underway.
running silent, how cute. Alright, take out his engines.
Your orders.
Lock
Targeting
weapons.
enemy vessel.
Understood.
Have a stasis bomb.
Ship ready.
Have a lightning strike.
Lightning strike.
Lock on.
successful.
Generators disabled. Weapon
Understood.
destroyed. Oh yeah. You are not gonna have a fun
Setting
time, my friend.
course.
Especially when these melted
Helm
torpedoes hit.
coordinates acknowledged.
Oh, I guess they were just within arming range. That's
Orders
unfortunate.
received.
Yes, Admiral.
Alrighty,
Engines
lovely.
hot. Changing course.
This is the thing about Chaos. You can build them to excel in this kind of engagement,
Course
but
plotted.
the light cruisers are really awful at it. They're all about range, they're all about sniping,
Underway.
they're all about...
Understood.
Oh no, you don't.
Setting course. Engines to maximum!
There we go.
Admiral, I have a recovery team combing through the enemy wreckage
Lovely.
to reclaim the Hand of Darkness. You are to be congratulated for keeping this artifact out
I think
of
that was
Abaddon's
successful.
grasp.
Confession time, a lot more successful than the first time I tried that mission. The first time was an abject failure. Like, so horrible that I was actually embarrassed to put it up on YouTube, so, yeah, that was a bit better. This has been a much more cheerful episode than previously, because no Eldar suffering, and no surprise terrifying orcs. We have a level 3 Dauntless and a level 2 Dauntless. Lovely. So, we've got some crew upgrades, some torpedo speed boosters, and then we have one more deployment, which will happen next episode, I think. Not exactly short on them.
Admiral Spire, you've done it. The Hand of Darkness has been seized from a Chaos vessel and
Lovely.
transferred into my keeping. You must escort my ship out of the Purgatory system so that we may reach Port Moore and secure the artifact. Your conduct in the battle was exemplary, Admiral Spire. You've brought great honor to yourself.
Thank you,
and
Inquisitor.
the Imperial Navy.
You're very kind. Alright, so we have Orc Convoy Mission. Orc Convoy Mission. Okay, interesting. This is actually attacking an Orc Convoy. This is defending against an Orc Convoy raid. Data recovery against Imperial Rogue Imperials. And a Cruiser Clash. And we have one deployment. So, which system do we like the least? Or rather, which 3 systems do we like the least? Welcome to the nightmare that is Battlefleet Gothic Campaign Mode. I'm excited. So until next time, folks, stay safe.
Thank you.